What's good, YouTube? It's Falcons in here, back with another video. Welcome back to Falcons Talk, where we talk all Atlanta Falcons and their offseason moves, and also what to look forward to in the future. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about the offseason. So all the free agency signings and releases and what. But before we dive in, like always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and comment down below what you think about the offseason moves that the Falcons made. And without further ado, let's get this on the road. So the Falcons, they went on a free agency mega haul. With the second most cap space in the NFL, there was no limit to who they could sign. But who did they sign? Let's find out. So before we go over the signings, let's go over some of the losses. And I won't go over each release or loss, but I'll just go over the big names and the ones that will really affect this team this season. And the first one will be running back Avery Williams, who will miss the entire season due to an ACL injury that he suffered during practice. So a big blow for our offense. He was a good part of the special teams, and it sucks that we lost him. So another one will be Isaiah Oliver going to the 49ers. So Isaiah Oliver had his first full season back as a Falcon, and it sucks that we lost him because he played really well this season. So it sucks that he's gone. Another one is Olamide Zaccheaus, the wide receiver. Again, he played a good role in our offense, and it would have been good to see him play a full season with Desmond Ridder, giving him another pass catcher. But oh well, it doesn't matter. We'll be fine. And the big one is Marcus Mariota going to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Falcons released Marcus Mariota back in February, I would like to say. And honestly, this is a good move by the Falcons. And although Marcus Mariota was, bad at times, I'm not going to sit here and bash Marcus Mariota a lot because he's done a lot of good things for us as well. He made our rushing game really powerful. But it's just he could not stop turning the ball over, and he could just not stop making some costly decisions, And I wish him the best. I wish him the best with the Eagles. It sucks that, that his time in Atlanta just did not pan out so well, because I really believed in him prior to the season. I definitely thought that he could be a really good quarterback for us, and he could make others realize that he is still a serviceable quarterback. And I had him winning comeback player of the year, but unfortunately we all know it's Geno Smith. So, oh well. But anyways, I wish Marcus Mariota well in Philadelphia. With the cuts and releases out of the way, we can go over the additions. And like last time, I will only go over some of the big names instead of reading every single name out. And these include Chris Blair, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, Jeff Okudah, Bud Dupree, Scotty Miller, Calais Campbell, Mac Hollins, Mike Hughes, Caden Ellis, David Onyemata, Jesse Bates, Taylor Heineke, and Jonnu Smith. And all the players on the right that have an asterisk will have their own special slide. So I will go into detail more about their contract. Before going on to the free agency signings, let's go over the players that the Falcons re-signed and extended. These players include Kadero Hodge, Caleb McGarry, Cornell Armstrong, Bradley Pinion, Keith Smith, Lorenzo Carter, Parker Hesse, Liam McCullough, and Chris Lindstrom. I'll go over Caleb McGarry and Chris Lindstrom in a separate slide. For now, these are all the players that the Falcons re-signed. So the first player I want to go over is safety Jesse Bates, the former Cincinnati Bengal. He signed a 4-year, $64 million contract with us on March 16. In his 4-year career in Cincinnati, he had 478 total tackles, 3 forced fumbles, and 14 interceptions. This is a player that we have been asking for months, weeks, ever since the season ended. We have been telling Falcons, get Jesse Bates. That's the only player we wanted on their defense that could really impact our secondary, and now he's a part of our team. Hallelujah. The next player is outside linebacker Bud Dupree, who signed a 1-year, $3 million contract with the team on April 4th. In his career, he has had 266 total tackles, 46.5 sacks, 10 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries, 1 interception, 1 touchdown, and 12 pass deflections. So the Georgia native comes home and signs with a team that desperately needs sacks. I like this signing. He has been a consistent pass rusher for a long time, and he's going to be that guy who's going to give you at least 5 to 6 sacks. So I can't wait to see what he has in stock for us this season. The next player I want to talk about is Calais Campbell. He signed a 1-year, $7 million contract with the team on March 31st. In his monumental career, he has had 809 total tackles, 99 sacks, 16 forced fumbles, and 12 fumble recoveries. He also had 3 interceptions, 57 pass deflections, and 9 blocked kicks. This was an absolute steal of a signing by the Falcons. You pair him alongside Grady Jarrett, and you have one of the scariest pass rushing duos in the NFL. I have nothing else to say about this signing. I absolutely love it. He is 1 sack away from reaching the 100 sack club, and I feel like he could get there week 1 when Bryce Young comes to town, and Calais Campbell gives him the welcome to the NFL truck. The next player I want to talk about is Jeff Okudah. The Falcons traded away a 3rd-round pick to the Detroit Lions in exchange for the former 3rd overall pick in 2020 from The Ohio State University, Jeff Okudah. In his career, he has had 124 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, 2 interceptions, and 10 pass deflections. So his time in Detroit was not the best because it was plagued by injury, but in his final year with the team, he broke out. But despite that, the Lions felt like it was best to move on from Jeff Okudah and send him to the Falcons. And now he gets to pair with A.J. Terrell, and he's going to be coached by Ryan Nielsen. I feel like this year, Jeff Okudah could be very nasty in the secondary. The next player is cornerback Mike Hughes, who signed a 2-year, $7 million contract with the team on March 20th. In his career, he has had 178 total tackles, 7 forced fumbles, 3 interceptions for 28 yards, and 20 pass deflections. So the Falcons add another former Detroit Lion to the team. And for Mike Hughes, he will be a great rotational piece on this team. And with Ryan Nielsen coaching him, he could become a star-studded corner in the secondary, like Jeff Okudah. Next up is linebacker Caden Ellis, who signed a 3-year, $21 million contract with the team on March 16th. In his career, he has had 101 total tackles, 8 sacks, 1 fumble recovery, and 2 pass deflections. So this is one of the 2 players we stole from the Aints, and I love it. This guy could come in here and he could have a double sack season, all thanks to Ryan Nielsen. After Caden Ellis comes his teammate, David Onyemata, who signed a 3-year, $35 million contract with the team. In his career, he has had 244 total tackles, 1 forced fumble, 23 sacks, 1 interception, and 6 pass deflections. So another Aints defensive star. And I'm just happy that we're stealing players from the Aints. And I think right now, if we're going to get that many Aints players, we should give Cam Jordan a call and ask him to come to Atlanta. But all jokes aside, this is a great signing by the team. He will pair great with Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell. Can't wait to see what he has. Now that we have finished the defensive side of the ball, let's move on to the offensive side of the ball. And first, we have quarterback Taylor Heineke, who signed a 2-year, $14 million contract with the team. In his career, he has completed 62.9% of his passes. He has thrown for 5,745 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 24 interceptions. He also has a passer rating of 85.7. This was a solid pickup by the Falcons. The Falcons have just taken probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL. Taylor Heineke can step in and fill in for Desmond Ridder whenever needed, and he has shown that in the postseason. He is more than serviceable. He is more than capable of leading a team whenever a quarterback goes down. So I'm happy that we have him on this team. And also, he's from Georgia, so the Atlanta native, he comes home and he gets to represent his hometown team. The next player is tight end Jonnu Smith. So on March 15th, the Falcons gave away one of their 3 7th-round picks to the New England Patriots in exchange for tight end Jonnu Smith. In his career, he has had 169 receptions for 1,841 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 80 first downs. Additionally, he had 16 carries for 127 rushing yards and 3 fumbles. So this is not a bad pickup by the Falcons. And when they traded him for the Patriots, I'm surprised that they didn't ask the Patriots to sign an agreement that 28-3 jokes to cease for good. But oh well, it doesn't matter anymore because they are dead. Next up, we have wide receiver Mac Hollins, who signed a 2-year, $2.5 million contract with the team on March 21st. In his career, he has had 113 receptions for 1,440 yards and 10 touchdowns. He also carried the ball 4 times for 40 yards, and he also had 67 first downs. So another good pickup by the Falcons. He could pair very well with Drake London and have a solid year with the Falcons this season. So good luck to Mac Hollins. Last but not least, we have Scotty Miller, who signed a 1-year, $1.23 million contract with the team on March 28th. In his career, he has had 74 receptions for 924 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 35 first downs. This was an interesting pickup by the Falcons, and I feel like he's going to be a slot wide receiver on 3rd and 4th down situations. So we'll see what happens there. I'd also like to go over the extensions of Caleb McGarry and Chris Lindstrom. So first and foremost, the Falcons re-signed Caleb McGarry to a 3-year, $34.5 million deal. This was a great decision by the Falcons, after he had probably one of the best years of his career. So he definitely deserves to be extended by the team. Another player, Chris Lindstrom, signs a 5-year extension worth $105 million with $63 million guaranteed. He is now the highest paid guard in NFL history. Chris Lindstrom deserves this extension. He has been consistent for this team. He was a great run blocker and a great pass protector. So I'm not surprised that he got this mega extension. Congratulations to him. So now I have a little bonus for you guys. New jersey numbers. This offseason, 3 Falcons changed numbers. Desmond Ridder, Lorenzo Carter, and Younghoe Koo. So Desmond Ridder, he goes from number 4 to his college number 9, that was formerly worn by Lorenzo Carter. And speaking of Lorenzo Carter, he goes from number 9 to number 0 after the NFL allowed teams to wear number 0. He now becomes the first Atlanta Falcon ever to wear that number. And last but not least, we have Younghoe Koo, who switched from his number 7, that's now worn by B. John Robinson, to number 6. So, a new number for Koo, but it's still the same Younghoe Koo we know and love. And to conclude, I love everything the Falcons did in free agency. Is there anything else that they should do? Absolutely. They need to get the Colts defensive end, Yannick Ngakoue. They need to re-sign Rashaan Evans, sign DeAndre Hopkins, and also try to bring back Matt Ryan as another solid veteran in that quarterback room And that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.